What's up, everybody? It's day two of my 60-day commitment to hanging out with you guys. My 60-day commitment to the universe, to all of my YouTube followers. That's a joke. There's not many of them, but that's the point of this. To live 60 days out in building business, maintaining business, cultivating business, specifically in the service industry. So actually right now I'm driving one of Verde Landscape Company's properties. I'm gonna get out here in just a minute, but doing a quality control inspection while I speak to you guys to make certain that one of our larger communities is taken care of to our standard, to what we have sold and what we promise our customers. So you guys bear with me while I'm driving around and having little moments of ADD while I check out the property. So the point of this, and I don't know if I got it across yesterday, is to reach out and get in front of and essentially live in a glass house in front of as many service professionals as possible. See, I know there's a lot of people out there that are in the trades, and that be plumbers or landscapers or roofers or electricians. There's all kinds of people who got into business a lot of times because it's such a low barrier to entry, right? I mean, a lot of people in college may get a mower and a trailer and go to work. And you know, the point of this is I want to get in front of you guys. I want to share as much as possible because I think there are a ton of light bulb moments and a ton of people that could benefit from watching day in and day out as I go through the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. But there's also a second part to that, and I always follow this up. Like, I want to help as many people possible, and I want to bring this to you guys. But I also am doing this for myself, right? I'm a capitalist. I'm here to make money. I'm here to make a better life for myself and my family. And I really believe that living these 60 days out, this experiment here, it's gonna allow me to really check myself, right? Because I talk a lot. I write in my blog on Next Level Service Pro a lot about the service industry, about what it takes, about what I'm doing, about guidelines and things to follow. But sometimes, you know, just getting caught up in the static and the everyday grind, I feel like I talk about some of those things and then I personally even neglect to follow them. So I want to put myself out there when I talk about team, when I talk about the things that I know in my heart that work. I want to live that out with you guys. I want to have a conversation about it. I want you to check me on it. And like I said, I want to share the good. I want to share the bad. I want to share all of it with you guys for this first 60 days. So, you know, I'm just getting back into it today. It's the second day of January, and it's strange because I am in Lubbock, Texas. My entire office is getting back in the swing of things, and I'm not there. So it's a little bit odd for me, but what I'm doing is I'm making sure that I'm present and I'm taking advantage of every second that I have, even though I'm not in the office. And I'm finding things like making certain that I'm out on properties and doing the things that allow my companies to continue to deliver at the caliber we need to deliver. But I'm also using technology and a few other things to make certain that I'm present and giving my team the things that they need daily as far as input and meetings and training. So those things are still going every single day. And that makes me kind of think about just perception in general. You know, so often, whether it is in our business or just our day or a relationship, whatever it is, our perception becomes molded by the little tiny bit of attention we give our surroundings on day in and day out. And so, you know, a lot of times you're out of the office must mean you can't do anything, must mean you can't be as effective as you normally are. But once you realize and you use, you know, your mind that you're gifted with, that you have, to recognize that there are tons of things that I could do that I actually don't get to do when I'm stuck at my desk, right? When I'm stuck at my desk and I have a million priorities in front of me, I don't get to call customers like I normally do. When I'm stuck at my desk and I have spreadsheets and emails and schedules and calendars and people asking me questions, well, I don't get to check in with some of those key employees that I really need to check in with to make sure that our companies are moving well. You see, when I'm in the office and getting questioned all the time, I don't check in with prospects and call the people that are on my leads list that I know that I could be gaining business with. So perception is a powerful thing, and that's just a simple example. I'm gonna get out of the truck and walk around here for just a second, or my wife's vehicle, because I don't have my truck. But You know, even outside of just those simple things that I'm talking about, whether it's email, whether it's whatever it is, what about the perception of where your business is today? What about the perception of where you failed, where you haven't done well? It looks like we did a little bit of seeding or something out here in the winter months. But what if you thought that your business could only operate one way, and you've been stuck in that all of 2017? You've been stuck in that going into 2018. You see, a couple years ago, I recognized with Verde Landscape Companies that my business didn't have to operate the way that I always thought it operated. You guys have probably heard the story. I've told the story before, where I was trapped, or at least I thought I was, in an old operating software where I was having to try to find management and try to find the right team to push this dream forward that, quite frankly, I hadn't shared with the right people. And the long and short of it is, I can talk to you about this at a time we have more time together. But I was convinced that I had to grow my business the traditional way. That lighting's not very good. The traditional way, with managers and with account managers and W-2 employees, and I was trying to grow geographically, and I was trying to, you know, have this big vision and deliver upon this grand goal. And I fought and I fought and I fought, and I incurred debt, and I got myself in situations where I was driving 3 hours, 2 to 3 days a week to try to take care of territories that were, quite frankly, tanking financially, operationally, all of it, until at some point, in talking with my wife or a business partner or somebody, my perception shifted to how I could produce these jobs. And what came into mind was management structures, subcontractors, and business practices that would allow me to own the relationships and deliver upon the Verde vision, but not have the day-to-day management. You see, I went from a Sunday thinking that I had, 6 figures worth of debt, no way out, was gonna have to, the rest of my life, drive back and forth between Lubbock and Pampa and Amarillo, all these places, to a perception shift that said, wait a minute, what if we change our operating structure? We don't have to do things this way. And in a matter of 7 months, our company paid off tons of debt, unreal debt, built better relationships, shed the bad ones, and got back on track. And this was less than a year ago, maybe just over a year ago. So I guess my point is, between all the conversation, and again, I don't really have a vision for how these YouTubes are gonna work, these videos. Some of them you'll get great stuff from, some of them you'll hear me just ramble forever. But the point of the perception conversation is, no matter if it's where you are, me physically today, while I am out in the field and I'm in Lubbock detached from my office on the first day we're back since Christmas, or whether it's the way your entire business, a multi-million-dollar business, is operating, sometimes it's as simple as a perception shift. Nothing in this reality that we've made up has to change. It's just your mind that has to change. So wherever you are today, wherever you think you're locked, whatever situation you think you're stuck in, think about that for just a minute. Think about it's all in your head, and that's a good thing, because only one person has control of your head, and that's you. Watch out for the seatbelt. So, you guys, I want to encourage you to comment on this, shoot me a message, let me know what you want to hear about. But outside that, we'll just see how this evolves each and every day, and we'll make it real. So you guys have a good second day of the year, and I will catch you tomorrow.